So, tell me about your childhood. So I hear you.
Otherwise, that probably wouldn't happen. But then, this kind of leads on to what you're saying, I suppose, in terms of the social realism, theatricality. Something like Trainspotting took that social realism thing that a little bit further, and it's more of a kind of heightened reality. So I guess that was then a step onto playing different types of stuff yet again. And you're lucky again, that was the opportunity to do that. So Cracker, certainly Trainspotting, these things, without these two things, I'm certainly not sitting here, that's for sure.
And it's amazing to make a wee bit early. When Trainspotting came back, Trainspotting 2, T2, I heard we share the same dentist, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yes, we get around. I heard that you had the decision, if a tooth taken out, about your tooth chipped and taken out for realism, I beg you. And I always remember, it's another thing, we jump back in time, that you've always had little talisman or little bits, or you just have a little thing. I've often wondered, when we did Being Human, for instance, with Bill Forsyth, a film with Robin Williams that we did together, and Bobby very kindly asked to get a band of actors together, with 14 actors. We were sort of glorified extras really, but because we had to improvise with Robin, we wanted actors to speak in this kind of prehistoric Gaelic. So we all got with it. It was the most amazing time, amazing experience. But I always remember people playing the priest. Like, you always kept these wee stones, and you'd walk about with these stones in your hand. And I've noticed that with lots of different things, you always have wee kind of touchstones, no pun intended, or wee talisman that you use.
Yeah, I possibly do. I hadn't really thought about that, to be honest with you. It's probably nerves, actually.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's something. It's what's quite nice when you can hide behind that. But even on film, TV, I'll always find something that is they can root you, in a sense.
Yeah.
There's also, I don't know whether you still get this guy, but I still get really nervous, when I'm doing it, especially in the first few takes of a new film or a new TV show or something like that. I'm very, very nervous.
My mate's written this book.
I know something, I remember that actually. You gave me the book. That's so you did. It's all gathered.
I'm on a percentage. And I did the book, and then I hadn't seen you for ages. And I just went, Gav. And I turned around, we were just off Barnes Road and getting driven. And this head came out the car with a big tash. And I thought, what's Bobby doing with that big tash? How you doing? What you up to? And you were just driving away like, I'm doing Trainspotting. What are you playing? Begbie! Jesus Christ, that's amazing. So, unbelievable.
Well, that was, Cracker led to Begbie without a doubt. One of these things I was talking earlier on to someone about the amount of luck you have to have in your career. But I'll bang up for the second one, like the next week. Let's do the next one, and I always say to Danny, when are we going to do it, when are we going to do it? And Danny was always looking on me and said, you're not the right age, You're not like you can make up. I said, you need that life experience, And he was absolutely right. Because by the time that we came to do the second Trainspotting film, that was exactly the right time to do it. Because we had all joined the new, we'd all aged, we'd all kind of adjusted and adapted, what we say. Our styles were slightly different from the first time. I remember Danny saying to Johnny and I, Johnny and my brother, and our first scene together, we'd sort of rehearsed it, we'd done it a couple of takes, and Danny says, see, you guys are fast. I didn't know what it meant. And he said, how were we slow before? I said, you were painfully slow before. And of course, Johnny had done a show called Elementary, where he played Sherlock Holmes on American TV for 10 years. I'd been doing Once Upon a Time in Stargate for 10 years. And of course, when you, and television, American TV in particular, the speed at which you work at is phenomenal. So you've got to be quick. So you need to get there a lot quicker. Because in the past, that used to be like, I would think, this is ridiculous when I think back in the day. But I would do a take, 2 takes and stuff, and go, right, that's the rehearsal at the way. Third one, I'll try something new. Maybe the fourth one. And I was convinced in my head that the fourth take was my take. Bollocks, right? Utter bollocks. Nowadays, because of the experience that I've had with these American TV stuff, sometimes it's the first one. Sometimes it's the first one, and sometimes you can't quite get back to them.
Yeah, the harder it can escape you. It's weird, as Clint Eastwood does it, doesn't he? He always says that it's the first, second take, that's it. Move on, that'll do it.
Well, you know,
stop that now. He doesn't even say can't, he's just going to go, that's enough. That's right.
Because Clint
Eastwood, it never gets better, really.
He started off in the US TV. All his stuff, all his early acting stuff was in the 50s and the 60s, the golden age of television. Rawhide, all of that. But he was doing, you only get a take. And apparently that's still the case. I mean, God bless them, I don't know whether they're doing more films. But apparently that's the case now, that we have actors that come on board, they'll do a take and you'll go, right, that's it. And they're like, what? I said, no, we've done it. Yeah. No, it will happen. I may be a very, very old man by the time it happens. But it will happen. It's, I now have Lewis Arnold on board to direct. Lewis Arnold directed some fantastic stuff on the TV, thing called The Long Shadow, which was the piece about the Yorkshire Whipper, which is fantastic. And then another wonderful piece called Time.
Sean Bean's that was fantastic.
And I've just actually, after working with Lewis on a piece that's coming out soon called The Hack.
Oh yeah, that's very soon, is it?
That's the end of with David Tennant and people like that. So I loved working with Lewis, so it was actually during that I said, do you want to come on board with the Blade Artist? So, and he's 1,000 miles an hour, Lewis, he's the right guy to do it. So it will happen, eventually. Hopefully.
Well, I suppose we should potentially open things up a bit. Yeah, I don't know much.
And just what Gavin's saying there, just saying speaking in our own accents, that probably sounds ridiculous now.